Hi guys, and thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Sania. I am your senior support specialist here to take you through the client dispute manager software for today. So I do hope you are having a good day. Today is Wednesday, so we are almost at the ending of the week, right? All right, perfect. So I just want to hear how your day has been so far. Go ahead and post it in the chat to let me know how your day has been. You can always post it in the chat, or you can unmute and let me know. Today, we are going to cover the automations that we have in the system, and I also will be taking some questions from you guys. So we're going to jump right into it today. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me know how you are doing today, and we will just jump right into it. All right. Awesome. Good. All right, perfect. Good. Glad to hear that you are all good. Let me go ahead and get my box out of the way. Let me see. All good, doing well. Awesome, awesome. Glad that you are here. And we, of course, are going to jump into our training. So write down your questions in the meantime while I go through. And of course, we're going to talk about the software. So when you come into the software, you know this is the first thing that you see. This is the home/dashboard screen. You'll have your customers overview. It's just breaking down how many customers you have in. You also have the dispute process overview and the different status. You also have your business growth. So make sure that you are keeping a track of your business growth. Whenever there's any new updates, you definitely want to look out for this screen pop up. You want to click on read more to get more information on any new updates that we have. And of course, if you want to schedule a session with one of our specialists, you can go to the personal walkthrough, and then you can go ahead and do so. You also have the daily training. If you want to join, you go ahead and register from here as well. And you also have the getting started videos for those of you who are new. I want you to make sure that you go through these videos so you have a better understanding of what it is that you need to do and how you need to basically set up for your business with the software, okay? And you also have your dispute status. This gives you a breakdown of how many disputes you have for your client. So it's just going to give you an overall of all of the disputes that you have, whether it's going to the credit bureau, collector, or creditor. It's going to give you that info. You also have the customer search, and this is mainly for the employees. So if you have restricted them, of course, you want to remember to go ahead and give them access. So remember the access in your employee/outsourcer. If you don't want them to see all of your customers, but you want to be able to control what they see, but you still want them to have access in the event that, let's say they are the person that's going to take the calls, they would be able to search for the customer and see who it's assigned to, so that they could go ahead and route it to whomever they need to, right? So the customer search is there. Remember your add quick lead and your add new customer. If you have all of the client's info, you can go ahead and use the add new customer in the home screen or on the customer screen, whichever one is fine. I just like to tell you to make your notes, especially if you have the quick lead and you've talked to them and they have decided, okay, this is what I want to do. They're going to tell you about their short-term and their long-term goals. So of course, I want you to make sure that you go through that, right? Don't forget as well your alerts at the top here. You want to make sure that you have these turned on. I know sometimes you will turn it off for different reasons, but make sure that you're checking your emails or you're checking the notification that's at the top. And of course, we have the to-do list now. This is your to-do task. You can go in here and you can create different tasks from here. This is mainly for you.
Not take
Yes.
now far greater than the cost than any cost of taking.
All right, so remember to mute your mics when you come in so that, yes, so that there is no feedback, all right? So of course you have the to-do list, so you could go ahead and put your updates.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Isn't everybody should have the to-do list, to-do icon? Because my employee don't have that, or my partner don't have that.
Not yet, not yet. It's coming though. It's coming. Your employees, partners, they would be able to do the to-do list as well. But this is just a trial to see how you like it. And then of course, we're gonna release it for the employees as well. All right.
Okay, can I make another suggestion?
Yes.
Under billing,
Yeah.
under billing, it only has like, when you print checks out, it only has like, okay, the client paid, or you can archive and you can delete. Sometimes you can't even delete it if you already print the check or something, or if you already clicked on print. Can they put like an NSF as well for client that also went NSF? Yeah, under billing.
Which one, for invoice or payment history?
Billing, let me see, billing and then invoice / checks.
Okay.
And then when you click on past due, or those are the client that you already deposit the check and you're waiting for the check to clear before you click on paid.
Mm-hmm.
But some client went NSF and we have no way to update that if the account is NSF. If the check is NSF.
Okay. All right, got it. All right, I'm gonna put it down as a suggestion for you, okay? All right, no worries about that. Thank you so much for that as well. All right, so I have that down. I'm gonna put it in for you and we'll see where that one goes. Guys, don't be afraid to send your suggestions because of course, you and we're using the software. We want to make sure that the software is user-friendly. So if you have a suggestion, don't hesitate to send that over to us, okay? All right, perfect. So just to let you know, again, the to-do list for the tasks is there for you. Soon we're gonna release it for employees as well. So they'll have access to this. Right now, they'll just be able to see the reminders, not the tasks, but the reminders. But once we have released it, we'll definitely let you guys know for your employees, okay? Employees, outsourcers, partners, you'll be able to have access to it, all right? Awesome, awesome. Do I have any questions or any suggestion before I jump into training? All good? All right, perfect, perfect. Okay, so of course we are talking about automations today. We want to make sure that we're utilizing the software and that whatever other platforms that we have, we're integrating it into our software. And of course, you know, we have to talk about the one-click print automation. This allows you, if you have a letter stream, to go ahead and do the integrations. But before I talk about that, what I want you to remember to do is that I want you to remember to go ahead and check your notification. That is important, right? You also have the option to print the documents. Make sure that you have the feature turned on so you can go ahead and print out your documents, okay? So you want to make sure that all of your notification is turned on so that you can go ahead and print out your documents, all right? Don't forget to do this. For billing, I want you to make sure that you have that one turned on and you're watching that one. The follow-up due, I know some of you might say, oh, you don't want to get the notification, but I would prefer if you keep it on because I don't want you to miss a follow-up that you need to do. If you have an outsourcer that's going to do the work for you, or an employee that's going to do the work for you, what you could do is to forward emails to that specific email that you would want it to go to, right? But I don't want you to turn off the notifications so that you don't get it, because it's important that you are getting your notifications. All right.
How did you
Question.
get to this page?
I went to, let me go up to the top, company. And then I went to notification/automation. So we did some upgrades. I hope you guys like the new updates.
Oh, it looks a little bit different. Okay, I
Yes.
got it.
Yeah, so we're doing a little bit of revamping with our screens. We hope you like it. Of course, remember, I want the feedback. Let me know if you like how the screens are, and we want you to have the best experience while using it, right? So this and all of the other screens, they're going to be upgraded, so you could definitely look out for that as well, right? So make sure that your notification is turned on. You may turn off a few of them, but just be careful, because I don't want you to miss your notification, especially for the billing ones, okay? And then we're gonna go to the one-click print automation. This is if you have LetterStream. This is an automation that you wanna use. So let's say we don't wanna go to the post office, especially with what's going on right now with COVID. We don't wanna go out there. We want LetterStream to mail it out for us, right? Right now, it's the credit bureau that that we're sending out the disputes for. So soon, of course, letters that's going to the creditors and collectors, that is going to be available. That will be available to you, so you don't have to worry about that. Just make sure that you have your LetterStream account. Go in and add your API and your key in from your LetterStream, and make sure that you turn it on. Now, some of you are going to do certified, some of you are going to do regular. Make sure that you check the box of which one you want it to be, and then you should be good from there, right? So make sure that you go ahead and add your, turn on your LetterStream, so that you can go ahead and print your letters, and it goes directly to LetterStream. Whether it's the regular mail or certified, you do have the option to do so. This is an automation that you want to have. This takes out the time that you would have to do. Remember to group your letters together, so you don't have to do them one by one. And of course, you'd be saving with LetterStream, of course. So this is something that you want to definitely integrate. Remember that you have the training videos there to tell you exactly how to use it, how to set it up, what to do in your LetterStream account. Sometimes, not sometimes, but you want to set a limit for how much or that point that you don't want it to go over. So make sure in your LetterStream account that you have that set up, so that you, let me go ahead and show you my LetterStream so that you can have that showing. All right. Let me log in here, and underneath my accounts.
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, sorry. I have just like a quick question about LetterStream.
Yes.
I noticed that every time I log into CDM,
Mhm.
I'd have to go back to that page where we turn on LetterStream. Do we have to do that every time, or
No.
is it just a one-time thing? Because if I don't do that every time, it doesn't show the icon um,
In the bulk
one
print?
print automation. Yes.
No, you have to keep it on. Maybe
Yeah.
you are the admin, right?
Uh, no, I believe it's my client.
Okay. Could be a case where, because sometimes you have not persons. Sometimes you have letters that's going to the creditors and the collectors. So in an instant like that, they might turn off LetterStream, right? So
I
you
see.
have to check it. If you, no, because if you send it to print, it's when you go to print, you'll see it in the bulk print that it says one click.
Yes.
For that, I'm gonna have to talk to the team. Normally, once you have it on, of course, you wouldn't have the issue of having to turn it on every time, right?
Uh-huh.
But because probably your admin is going in and turning it off because they're sending letters to the collectors and creditors, that's why you
I
have to
see.
go back into it. That sounds
Maybe
like it's
that's how it's set up.
No, not how it's set up. Originally, if you have it turned on, you don't have to touch it again, right? But
Uh-huh.
maybe whomever is going in and also doing letters, they're turning it off as well. Because of course, it could be a case that there are outsourcers that's working, they have their own letter stream account, so they're turning off this so that they can save it as a PDF and probably printing it out to upload it into their letter stream. So you have to think about that as well, right? But
Gotcha.
talk to your admin and just ask them about the letter stream if they're turning it off, right? But originally, once you have it on, you don't have to trouble this again.
Okay,
Right?
because when I go back to letter stream, let's say I'm gonna start sending out letters, it's
Uh-huh.
turned on. So what I do is I turn it off and turn it off on again, and then go back to sending letters. So yeah, I'll probably ask my client
Yeah,
if that's the case. Okay,
yeah.
well, thanks anyways.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. All
Thanks.
right, no problem. Yeah, so once you have it turned on, you should be good for that. You can send as many letters. Of course, in an instant like that, let's say you have letters that needs to go out to the creditor and collector, you might turn it off. So in a case like that, just check before you go ahead and print out, right? But if you're sending directly to the credit bureau, then you should be good for that part, right? But once you have it set up, you can just go ahead, print out your letters. And again, I want you to remember that you want to make sure that you have a balance that you don't want it to go over, right? So put it there. So if the balance goes down, you have it set for that. If you have a particular amount that you want it to be, then of course, once you go into the letter stream, you should be good. I know persons who have their own processors, so of course they'll be turning on and off the letter stream. So that's another scenario as well. You just have to look at what works for you and then you go from there. All right. All right, perfect. Do I have any questions? Let me see if I have any questions. All right, yeah, Tippy, I think I just got you. Okay, you're good, right?
Yes,
Awesome,
thank
awesome.
you.
You're most welcome. All right, any more questions? All right, all good. All right, perfect. So once you have your letter stream set up, remember that you can go ahead and print out your letters. Letter stream is the one that's gonna be mailing out your letters from the bulk print, the letter stream bulk print screen, and you should be good for that automation. All right. Now, another automation that I'm gonna jump to is Twilio. Twilio. We like Twilio because this allows us to send out text to our customers. I prefer if you use the text. Sometimes we're thinking about sending emails and we're not getting the response fast enough. This is an option that you want to use for your automation, right? Because most of the time, persons tend to reply faster to a text. So if you can, go ahead and get your Twilio set up. Once you go to Twilio, then of course, all you have to do is to go ahead and get your SID, get your token and a number. So if it's your company number that you're going to add, then of course you should be able to set that up because of Twilio, right? So Twilio is a good option if you want to send out text. You can do different things with it. It's basically an API connection, similar to LetterStream, similar to Zapier, similar to Authorize.net. It is basically using a API integration there. So sending out texts, having your customers or reply via text. Once you have it set up, then of course, this is an automation that you want to use, right? Another thing is if you have Zapier, and of course, that's the next automation that we're going to touch with Zapier. If you have Twilio, this is another way for you to integrate your Twilio with Zapier, because remember, Zapier is a connector of other platforms that don't normally work together or go together rather. Zapier would be able to be integrated with Twilio and other platforms, right? So if you want to do a specific task, then you can always do your Zapier with whatever other platforms that you have. So Twilio is an option that you can definitely add to Zapier, all right? Yes, definitely for the replay, I will send you that, all right? Any questions about Twilio or LetterStream before I jump to Zapier? Any questions? All good. I love it when you are all learning. Awesome, awesome. All right, perfect. All good. Okay, so when it comes to Zapier integration, most of you are thinking of scaling your business. Of course, I want you to think bigger. I also want you to think smarter, and I want you to spend less time doing a particular task. Most persons that use Zapier, they're mostly using it for lead generation, right? Or they're using it for billing. You have to decide what options you want to use Zapier for. Now, in your Zapier, let's say you do sign up for a free trial and you wanted to see how you can use different platforms to do different tasks. All you have to do is just to go into your Zapier account and basically connect different platforms together to see what functionalities or what tasks you can create, right? So there is a host. Oh my God, I think there's about, I don't even know how many apps are on Zapier. I think it's about 25,000. I don't even know, right? But you have the option of adding different platforms, whether it's for payment, whether you want to set up a meeting, whether you want to use Google Docs or Forms, or you want to do contracts, whatever it is you want to do, you want to make your task easier so that you don't have to spend that much time. This is where Zapier comes in. And if you're trying to scale your business, this is the route that you definitely want to go. Now, most of you have active campaigns, or rather email lead generations that you are thinking of setting up. Now, you have to have a platform that's basically sending out these emails. Now, of course, in our software, we have the option where if you want to, you can send out letters, not letters, but emails, right? Of course, you can send out emails. You have automated emails that goes out on a specific scheduled time. Now, what about emails that you want to send out to your leads? Of course, you would have to go to the customer screen and send that out individually, right? But let's say you wanted the option to do that a little bit faster. You want to automate the process. This is what you have to think about from here on out, because you want to make your process easier. Now, what you have to do is to think about the content that you're going to put inside of the Active Campaign or the MailChimp or the Aweber or whatever platform you have that you need to send out emails to your customers. It could be a simple email that you want to send out, or a holidays coming up, or you have a promotion that you're about to launch, or a product you're about to launch, or a service you're about to launch. You can use the email system in those lead generation to send them out in a mass format because you have Zapier set up. Now, I'm not saying that if you have the lead generation, you can't set it up. But of course, you are trying to automate your process so that you don't have to always go in and send that to a customer or lead all the time, right? So let's say you want to do multiple things. If you have Zapier, that takes out the work that you would have to do, right? Remember, you can add multiple platforms. So all you have to do is to think of the task that you want to do, go ahead and see if the app is there or the platform is there, and then you just go ahead and create zaps in between so that they can talk with each other, right? People are doing it for payment option. They're doing it mostly for lead generation. They're doing it for you know what, right? So you have to think about what process or what's task you want to do, and then you go from there. Now, do I have any questions about how to set up automations? Because this is one of the things that I know a few of you struggle with when it comes to setting up your automation. Any questions on that? All right, all good. All right, post it in the chat if you want to, or you could unmute when ready, okay? So let's say I have Facebook. I have my Facebook ads that I want to set up, right? My Facebook ad, I want for them to go to my scheduler after that. They have signed up, or I want to send them to my website. Once they go to my website, I want them to go to my scheduler. And then from my scheduler, I want to sign them up in my software. And then from my software, I want to add them in my emailing list, right? You can create different Zaps to automate your process. And at the end of the day, you have to think about this because you want to spend another task or you want to spend time doing something else other than spending too much time having to check if you have got a lead from your Facebook, to check if they are scheduling appointments. Remember, you want to check all of that without you having to do all of that yourself, right? So automating the process is where you want to go. If you have your websites, make sure that you have your websites connected with your website lead form and your different platforms so that you can get the most out of it. Now, some of you have your software, you already have your own websites. Don't forget that you can integrate your website with your software, right? So if you have your website, go into the back end, depending on which one of the forms you want to add. What you want to do is to just grab that code and then you can go ahead and put that information in, all right? I'm just waiting for this to come up. Are we all good? Are we all on track?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So depending on the form that you want to add, remember you have the form that has the contracts on it. You have the one that has the generic one where if they want to do a consultation with you, then of course you go ahead and integrate that in your software. I want you to make sure that you are capturing all of your leads that's coming to your website. They're going to your different platforms. So you need to be able to capture all of those persons or leads that's coming from whatever platform to you so that you can always nurture them with your emails, right? Remember, at the end of the day, even though you're doing credit repair, that is the bulk of what you're doing. You still need to know how to master how to get the leads and convert them into active clients. Most of the time, that is what we struggle with because we don't know how to convert them, right? If we're creating good content, then of course, eventually they'll want to find out a little bit more about us, and then eventually they'll try to get our services, right? So make sure that you're putting on your platforms different information. Set up your emailing list. Don't forget your emailing list is important. If you don't have that, I want you to make sure that you start to look into it so you go ahead and put that together. All right. Just checking chat here. Yes, definitely for the replay. Go ahead and unmute for me. Stay polished. All right. I'm just reading what you're saying here.
Hello.
Hi, how are
Can
you
you hear
today?
me?
Yes, I can.
I'm sorry, I kind of came in on the end of the call, so this is maybe a random question, but I'm assuming that the credit repair company mails the letters out, but when they respond, who gets the letter? Do they respond to the company or does it go to the customer? And how will it go
You want
about
to send
getting
it
in the system?
Right. You want to send the, remember the letters that you're about to send out, you are putting the customer's address on it, right? So let's say I go to the dispute manager and I highlighted which account that I'm about to dispute and I put my reasons, put it all nicely together. I'm putting in my customer's address, right? they are going to get a response from the credit bureau collector or creditor. It's going to go directly to their address, right? What you need to inform your clients to do is to log into their portals, and they are going to go ahead and upload that to you, the document, right? Or the respond. Sometimes they're getting postcards, sometimes they're getting an actual letter with a report attached to it. They want to go ahead and upload that to you so you can go ahead and review that information, right? So definitely inform your clients that, of course, they're going to be receiving a letter from the credit bureau collector or creditor. Once they get that update, they need to send that directly to you, all right? So make sure that you tell them to send it to you so you could go ahead and analyze that. Once you do that, you go ahead and analyze it, and then you move on to your next round based off of what they have said, right? Remember, you have some instances where they might not respond. Let's say the credit bureau did not respond, or the creditor or collector. Send out another dispute, because you have the right to go ahead and ask them to investigate it if they did not respond, and that you tell them that they need to respond, or you're going to go ahead and file a complaint. All right, so it's going to the
Okay.
customer. All right.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Right. You are most welcome. There are some credit repair companies, they have the power of attorney that it would be sent directly to their companies. But I prefer if you put the company, not the company, but the customer's address onto the letter. So at least they're still involved, and then they'll be sending the information to you through their portals. All right. So keep it like that for now. All right. I think there's a second part to your question. Yes, yes, definitely. They can scan it, they can take a picture of it. They just want to make sure that they take everything that is being reported, right? Sometimes the response is in the form of them sending the full credit report. That's totally fine. Sometimes they're doing that to basically stall, because they're saying, oh, we updated the information, look at the credit report, this is what we have found, and this is what we're showing you, right? Don't be disturbed by that. You go ahead and investigate it to make sure that the information matches what you have gotten from your customers based off of what they have told you, based off of the analyzer that you have. If you see any discrepancies, you're going to use that to help you to go ahead and dispute. All right. All right, I hope that made sense. All right.
Yes, it did. Thank you.
You are most welcome. Don't forget to schedule a one-on-one so we can do a session and take you through on any questions that you might have. All right. All right, perfect. Let me see any more questions before I go back to setting up your forms. All good? All right, perfect. Make sure that if you have access to the back end of your website, I know some of you are going to use your webmasters because of course you want to get the color and the height and the width perfect to go on your website. Make sure that everything is in line. Your contracts are all selected, the right ones. Sometimes you're also adding new contracts. If you have created a new contract that you're about to promote, don't forget, if you have the website lead form up, that you also want to come in here and add that to the form, and then you just update it. You don't have to go into the back end, but once you go ahead to here and you check the box and you hit save, and then you come down here and hit save, that link is going to be updated. Or if you remove it, of course you save, it's going to be updated, right? But in the initial stages, you want to make sure that you copy the code, or your webmaster is going to copy the code and they're going to put it in the back end of the website. Some of you have WordPress, some of you have Wix. Those are a little bit easier to use. There are some websites that's just crazy. We don't know how to use it. You might have to go to YouTube University to help you with that, or get a webmaster to help you, all right? So just make sure that you have your forms added. I like to tell you to have both of them if you can. Some of you prefer to have the customers only get the generic website lead form where they're just going in to do a consultation, that's totally fine. Just make sure that you have your schedulers there so that if the lead wants to schedule an appointment with you, let's say they filled out their information, right then and there, they can go ahead and schedule an appointment with you. You're not missing that customer. Let's say you just did it without the scheduler there. You're going to try to call them. They're not available. You might miss that customer. You want to make sure that you have your schedulers, whether you have it on the form or you have it on your website. Make sure that your schedulers are on your different platforms, right? So whether it is the website lead form or it is your website, that's totally fine. If you want to have it on the website and also on the form, that's totally fine. All right. Don't forget also to add your portals, your client's portal and your affiliate's portal. This is always an easy way. Once you have added in a customer in your software or you've added an affiliate, and let's say they need to log in, let's say they get the email, they confirm their email address, they put in the information and create their passwords, you could always say, oh, go to my website so that you can log into the portal, right? So this is a good way to have those there. So you can always redirect them to log into their portals, but also to check out your website and see all of the information that you have, right? So that is a good way to get traffic as well to your website as well. All right. Don't forget to add your different social media platforms. I want you to make sure that it's visible so that they can see it. And it's easy access for them to go to your different platforms. All right. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Do I have any more questions? Any more questions? All good. Go ahead and unmute if you can. And you may post it in the chat. I think we can let you go early today because we don't really have too much to cover with the automation. And then tomorrow we're going to talk about billing. And you know that Friday we're going to talk about marketing, right? All right, perfect. Yes, definitely for the replay. Hope you got the replay for yesterday and the day before. All right, you should get that. If you haven't, check your email, check spam to see if you've gotten it. Okay, perfect, you've gotten it. All right, so don't forget, if you need to look into your automation, look at the different tasks that you want to add and go ahead and check out Zapier so you can automate your process. Remember, if you're not there just yet to get the automation, it's just too much work for you to go ahead and set up your MailChimp or whatever platform you have. Remember, you can send out emails from the software. Go ahead and look at different email templates that you have. Remember, you have some in the education. You just go to training/help, and underneath here, your different resources, you can go ahead and create your emailing campaign. So you have different emails that you can create. You just take bits and pieces from that file. Remember, you have the 150 ways, you have a sales script, you have the lead generation strategies. I want you to make sure that you go through all of the resources that you have so that you can go ahead and get marketing lead generation down. All right. Awesome. Awesome. Let me just check to see. Remember, if you want the replays, guys, send me your email address so I can send you that. Yes, I will definitely send you the replays. All right. Before I let you go, just checking if I have any questions. Any questions at all? We're all good. All right, yes, definitely for the replay. Don't forget, I want you to have in the back of your mind the online dispute summit that's coming up February 20. That's going to be on a Saturday. It's going to be 8 great speakers that is going to come in. They're going to talk to you about the different ways of how to dispute, what to look for, talking with or disputing with the credit bureau creditors and collectors. So you do not want to miss this. If you want to, I think I did send out the link yesterday, but if you want more information on that, you just let me know and I will send you the info, okay? All right, perfect, perfect, guys. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I do appreciate it. I am gonna let you go a little bit early so you can do what you do best, which is to run your credit repair business. And join me tomorrow as we cover the billing aspect or the setup for that. And don't forget, if you are thinking about automating your process, let's say you're not doing the billing inside of your software, remember you have different platforms that you can also automate, especially with Zapier. Let's say you have QuickBooks. That is another thing that you can think about as well to automate your process. All right. All right, perfect. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. You do have a great one, and I will see you tomorrow. All right, you take care. Bye-bye.